Oh god, pizza's kicking in. These guys are all really nice. Oh boy, we're full tonight. Can we sit by you guys? Okay. Well, we'll scooch in up here. We're not scared. You guys sitting in back row. I should tie my shoes. It's all half time. Oh, halfway time. Half time.
Issues with the sifters.
Oh. You'll probably never remember all these names, but Steve's our chief. This is Corey. He's our secretary. This is Ryan sitting next to you.
Yeah.
No, that's how I figured I'd give you those three. And then you'll learn the rest as you go. Larry's not here.
Did you just package these?
No, this is
Brian.
Yep. Larry is gone to Arizona now. Through probably March, April, May. I guess I think they come back March, April time area.
Well, we call this meeting to order. At our previous meeting, we had a vote and there was a discrepancy of whether everybody got their chance to vote to continue to be a fire department for the city of Twin Lakes. So I would like to just go ahead and let's just start with that. If we can have just a show of hands of members that would like to discontinue being a part of the Twin Lakes Fire Department, I'd like to call for that right now. Or what's Bruce got?
Let people voice their concerns.
Yep, yeah, I mean,
Can we go around the room?
yeah, everybody just can talk, I guess myself.
You want to start over there, or?
Yeah, go, yep.
Doesn't matter.
Yep, go ahead, Dwayne, yep.
I hope that for 132 people, that we have a fiscally responsible city council that does not spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on equipment for 132 people. And of that 132 people, how many pay taxes versus count on those who do? It's not the fiscally responsible thing to have a couple $100,000 of equipment sitting in here when we can have response. Today, for example, Emmons. Second page for Emmons, keep that in mind. Emmons is a far better, and we've done good. We have a 37-year-old pumper. NFPA suggests that when your pumper is over 20 or 25 years old, that it should be refurbished or replaced.
To a backup.
Or to a backup. But just remember, this morning, second page for Emmons, we just talked to another one, probably one of the top, and I'm not going to say who, if you've been involved in the county at all, you will know. One of the top 3 fire departments in the county. And he said, we are at our lowest numbers. One of the top 3 fire departments in the county, volunteer ones, I'm not talking about elderly.
For members, lowest number.
For members, yes. And they have, in their city bylaws, a 10-minute response time.
From their home.
From their home. We are doing the city a disservice If we think that the vast majority of us who are fully employed can respond to professionals 7 miles away that have, if one team leads, they call in another one. Or they still have the availability of mutual aid. So, for any of you that are left, that are qualified, there are all kinds of departments looking for people. I've said enough.
Yep. And that's from the only member of the fire department
In the district.
that's in the district. That's, Dwayne is it.
Mike,
And I pretty much agree with him. I can't believe it's actually gone this far where, I mean, like you say, a town of 132 people and we only cover the town itself. And, I mean, people talk about response time. They have a department, let's just say for an example, Albert Lee was gonna take it over. They have somebody sitting right next to the truck, waiting to go. They can be here quicker than we can. They jump in that truck, they're gone. And we all gotta spend 10, 12, 15 minutes getting to the station and then out from there, you know. And they have, all their equipment is up to date. From the numbers that I heard that they would cover our territory, the city of Twin Lakes, I mean, it's a total no-brainer. It's, you know, they're getting better coverage, better equipment, they're getting better trained personnel for a lot cheaper. But, you know, I guess, to me, I'm kind of confused as to why, as a fire department, we even vote on it. Isn't that a city council vote thing that ultimately would make that decision?
We would ultimately, but we don't want to go against, or we want to have the cooperation of the majority of the people. And I apologize that I don't know all of you, so if you'd introduce yourself also,
Dwayne,
that'd be helpful to me.
Mike Jellinger. That's pretty much all I got to say. And as far as some of those that want to hang on and increase their retirement, I understand that. Everybody's up for their retirement. But if you think $750 a year is going to change your quality of life when you retire, you can manage money a lot better than I can.
It's interesting, the comment you made about the council deciding. We've been gathering information the last few months too, and we've also learned that the city is also supposed to approve who's fire chief. You know, and typically it's been the old way everywhere, that the members just, choose their chief and go along with it. It was kind of brought up to me that that's kind of like, wherever you would work at your employer, your department chooses your supervisor, and we just don't always get to do that, so that was interesting to me.
Sure.
In background checks. Yeah, that's another big thing, that applications, background checks, a lot of things a lot of paperwork that.
And that's been overlooked by numerous departments.
Yep.
all over.
Yep, yep.
That's what the big cities, if I'm correct.
So yeah, learning a lot of stuff, and one thing just leads to another, so please go on.
Brian Soper, what time was that call today?
This morning, it was around 5:45, 6:15, somewhere in that neighborhood. You had just gotten out of there, so 6:15, 6:20. Yes.
Who could have responded to that today?
I got kids.
I don't know.
I was working, I heard
Yeah.
dump trucks hauling snow, but
I couldn't have, well, I wouldn't have been at work yet, but I couldn't have left and not been at work to been there.
And work is supposed to let you go.
Yeah,
I
Right.
know.
I would have been able to.
That's
know.
I could have.
Fine until you're running it
Right.
for your practice. Yeah.
That's clearly.
Right, yeah.
Right.
I
If
mean,
you're out of town,
yeah,
you're,
right, Mike's out of town, could be have been in Jackson in the last 2 months, I mean. Yeah, so I just, we will respond when we can, but it's pretty limited during the day. And like you said, the $750, when I was going through firefighter 1 and 2, he goes, if you're doing this for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So.
Yeah.
I'm Bruce Ethelwood. The one other thing that we're sort of forgetting is, I've talked to a bunch of fire departments around here. Elberly has a response that you have to be within 30 minutes of the fire hall. But they have firefighters right at the station. Most of them that are volunteers, they're 10 to 15 minutes away from the fire station on inclement weather. I can throw out, and I hate to say it, because they're good firemen, I can throw out 5 of them right now. And that's from their place of residence, unless they have a 40-hour-a-week job in the town. I have, looked at some costs too. With our pumper, we better get it. The pumper test better be certified. And that is $880 to get them here. That's a rough guess. I'm not a professional at it, but I have called 2 different places. Hose test, we can do here. We should get gauges though, to do that. And secondly of all, I'm not, retirement, I'm not in it for that. I never joined for retirement. I was here to help the community. And I might go with Evans, but I'm 58 years old. We've got a lot of people above 50 years old right here. They should not be going in the fire.
My turn?
Yeah.
My name is Dylan Enser, and I guess I kind of agree with what's been said. I mean, I just don't want people to get the wrong impression that we're disbanding for the money, because that's just not the case, you know? And I guess I agree with the response time. I mean, I'm 11 miles away. I work for Bruce and Dwayne, but if it happens when I'm here, fine. But otherwise, personally, I can't make it calls. And I got small kids. And there, a lot of us firemen do. So that's kind of all I got.
Heath Rip and Chop, I guess, from Dwayne down the line, they've hit about everything I had on my mind, obviously, so. That's,
I'm Corey Bakken. Yeah, I got nothing to add. Jason Isaacs. Kathy knows.
I just say that voice, I know, doesn't sound.
Speak for me, that's fine.
Sam.
I'm Sam Sprague, and I agree with everything that's already been said.
Who's the one sitting at the corner of the table?
It's his turn, I think.
I agree with what's been said too. Okay. Move on down the line.
I'm Janelle Heidemann. I think if you guys listen to the radio, you'll realize that Albert Lee's really busy, and they're covering Albert Lee's medicals. And if you listen to when they've got 921 on one call, 919 on another call, and then they've got another call holding, they're trying to cover all that. No, they don't call in the second shift for medicals. They're not calling in anybody to go cover a medical. And then if they do have a fire going in their area, that's when they'll call in their backup shift, and that backup shift is going to be on scene. They're not going to be coming down here to help with the fire here. They're not going to be coming down here to do any medicals, plain and simple. So we need to consider that they have their own territory, and it's big, and they're busy, and they don't have time to come down here.
Is that when the county mutual aid would kick in?
Yes, yes, and that's
Evans
where.
will be here in about 10, 15 minutes.
And
Glenville.
that's where we should also be calling in mutual
We
aid
don't have the equipment.
for ourselves also. We don't have a radio?
We don't have the equipment.
What equipment are
Our
you looking
truck
for?
is an 85. It's supposed to be retired.
Okay,
You wanna replace that?
I don't think we need to replace it, we need to just have it tested.
NFPA says anything over 25 years old should be retired or put to a backup.
It's a standard, it's not a law.
If you get into a lawsuit, you stand the chance.
But if the truck's been looked at and tested and approved,
Correct?
then that's
But-
not a lawsuit.
You're still getting back to the thing of, where's our response from these people?
Okay, well, you've got 1, 2 that live in this town that are interested in joining. I work here at least 40 hours a week, if not more. I mean, you're saying that there's only one person in the town, but there's not.
How many people does it take to respond to a fire?
You need at least 4.
How do you do that? Somebody's in the house, how do you do that?
How many respond in Albert Lee?
They've got people coming. I'm not going into a fire unless I have somebody on the pumper. You got 2 people on a hose, and you got 2 people backing up, and you should have another person.
Okay,
That's called 6.
so nobody's gonna go inside the house, but do we not have mutual aid coming? I mean, that's why we have
Correct. So you're
radios,
waiting.
call our mutual aid. Well, what's gonna happen if you don't, if Albert Lee's busy and they're not coming? You're still waiting, right?
What happens if I can take a look at about 3/4 of the people here? They're related to ag, or they're working a long ways away. Spring, fall, we're not here. Or we could be right here. We don't know.
Especially during the snowstorm. We've been there.
Yeah.
Just Bruce and I. That snowstorm when that meth head down here burned his car up.
Okay, but you guys showed up, whereas if Albert Lee's out on the interstate blocking traffic, they can't either.
Bruce just about
So
didn't
now
make
what?
it home.
Yeah, I almost did make it home.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if Albert Lee's out on if it's bad roads and you almost didn't make it home 2 miles, what's Albert Lee gonna do? They're not gonna get here. It's not gonna happen.
But nobody else can get
Nobody
here
else
either.
can
I couldn't get here.
Well,
He
you
couldn't
got
get
at least,
here.
you
I
got
mean,
2 people that live in town that are both interested in being here. So now if it's car fire, they grab the truck, put the fire out. They're not going inside
They're
anymore.
gonna stay, they're gonna stick around town for 2 years and then they're gonna leave town. That's the whole thing. They're not gonna live in Mayberry for the rest of their lives.
Okay,
We've been down this road
That's
as
how it's gonna
27
go.
years on the department. I've been, and no offense, guys, okay? No offense.
Well, that's.
If you're not a property owner in Twin Lakes, the long-term issues here, we've watched, and we should have done our due diligence. We should have, because we've seen, and a few of you know about the Denlin that was on, I'm ready for the big one. Uh-huh. That was one of a few mistakes that we've made without doing background checks.
Yeah.
And overlook. No offense, guys, I'm glad that you're interested. There are a lot of departments looking that are, and that are looking for people. And because we have put out whatever the cost of training is to probably a half a dozen people that do not call Twin Lakes home. I've seen it for 27 years. Good luck. I truly appreciate your enthusiasm to want to be a fireman. But like I said, there's a department over there is on their lowest numbers. Emmons is looking, and you'd have choices either way. So good luck. You get reimbursed upon completion of your training. It's just great to see 2 people, but you're on a department here where we've got old equipment, and it's just not economically feasible for the city of Twin Lakes to have hundreds of thousands of dollars for 132 people.
Correct.
Period.
okay, since I keep getting interrupted, I'm assuming that I don't get a turn to talk, but I do want to say one thing. You've said property owner. I own property. I do pay taxes. I do pay homeowners insurance. It does matter to me. So you can say property owner all you want and say I don't live here, blah, 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 blah. I'm here a hell of a lot more than most of you guys are that live here. So I guess my turn is done since I keep getting interrupted.
No, you got the floor, go ahead.
You got the floor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say what you wanna say, really.
I'm done. I'm not gonna sit here and be attacked for my opinion. I'll speak it some other day.
Horse done?
It's a chance
Yep.
to say something to them.
I've been trying to say it.
I'm Jason. Corey Bakken. I agree with Dwayne, Bruce, that, you know, a few of us just live too far away. A couple guys wanna retire, which is fine. Response time is tough. There's only a couple that can respond quickly.
Can I say something quick? Of all the states, or all the departments in the state, how many do you think actually only cover a town of 132 people? And that's their only.
I don't think many, and after Monday
You might
night's
be it.
council meeting, I went home and I thought, there were some people here that lived right outside of town, and our station's closer than who they're being serviced by.
Right?
And my brain went, why don't we service 5 miles around? Why don't we service the townships? And I understand it's because we've had small numbers and that's the way it's been forever. So, you know, cause we could get income, the city could get income
absolutely.
from that if we had great members and great equipment and we could service the townships, we could get revenue from that. That ran through my brain and
Yeah.
I guess it's been that way a long time.
How long's it been? I mean, it was when Bill Lehman was back.
When Bill Lehman was chief, him and
Ross Miller.
Ross Miller were working on trying to
I
get.
think
additional-
Bruce Mattson was
And Bruce
involved.
Mattson was involved.
That's
Back then, those that were here, my God, they must have had 6 or 8 people locally, I mean, within town. Mert Miller, Howard Miller, some of them are on that plaque right there.
Yeah.
That were in town.
Right.
But we don't have that anymore. And that's what's happening all over rural America.
Sure.
And it really, it sucks. I wish I could reverse the trend, but it's happening all over.
We'll go back 30 years and look at the businesses that were just in Twin Lakes alone.
Right,
I mean, you had
yeah.
the bank, the
Creamery.
restaurant, the creamery, the
Lumberyard.
gas station out there.
Railroad.
Come on, now you're going back 70 years. Okay,
Well, yeah.
and my dad, Doug Godley, I mean, he said this, now I'm really gonna confuse again.
Yes.
He said a long time ago, you know, we look like clowns. And now we really do look like clowns because we don't have a tanker and the pumper is questionable. And now we should put our red noses on our big boots and go, and our bucket brigade, cause we do look like clowns now, cause.
Well, and then, you know, we had that Facebook post, and we really do look like clowns.
And thank you to whoever
Yeah.
put that out there.
I
'Cause
really
that,
thank them.
that was a class act. That
Yep.
was,
Really proud of them.
that was really, that was a stand-up moment. That was just like,
I'll say on social media, there's a Facebook page called Twin Lakes Minnesota Fire Rescue. It was created on August 22nd. Can't tell who created it.
Irene, wasn't it?
I don't know.
So Irene made some comments, so
Yes.
somebody, I don't know, maybe someone in here knows who this
Let her
Irene is.
read it.
I
Let
can
her read
say,
it.
I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but if you did read it all, I know I was really disappointed, I was embarrassed, I was angry, and I was hurt. I thought it threw Steve under the bus, you know, and as far as Steve, you know, Steve announced his retirement, from what I know, you guys voted at the meeting, he reported it to me, he reported it to the county, so everything that happened there, I thought happened as it should. I don't think, you know, and I'll honestly say I haven't been able to find the bylaws and the policies to know about the quorum for voting, but if you read that whole thing, I reported the profile. I don't know if that anything will ever come of it, but we're in our newsletter.
Thank you.
We're gonna tell our
Thank you.
citizens.
Yep, thank you.
We're gonna tell our citizens that this is not, it was not created, is not administered by anybody that belongs to the council or the fire department. And we're gonna suggest that people block it and unfollow it and report. There's like 3 dots on there, and you can go to, report profile, and there's reasons like scam, fake, harassment, you can pick a reason. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you say what you wanna say, you just are reporting it, so.
It is what it is.
It needs
I
to
think,
be shut down.
I think most everybody recognizes it for what it is a piece of shit.
And they don't even have it right. It's
And
the
they-
fire department.
Yeah.
And
it's not
it
fire
wasn't
rescue.
authorized by the city of Twin Lakes as a council. And I don't know that the fire department, I don't think that they authorized a
No.
fire
No, no,
Facebook
no.
page.
So we don't
So-
want it to get to mudslinging, or we don't wanna get ourselves out there on social media either, where
Yeah.
I
somebody
just-
can be
So-
taken the
Let it
wrong
go where it
way
wants to go, and it'll take care of itself.
Yeah.
and put our town in a very bad light.
Yeah.
And I wanna say thank you to all you volunteers. I was really surprised at the council meeting Monday night, how many people kept coming in and coming in and coming in. And
Yeah, it was.
I would say if people heard you were disbanding and didn't care, they wouldn't have shown up. I think they showed up to show us that they are concerned.
Yep.
So
And rightfully
that
so.
means I think they're afraid of losing a fire department, but we're not able yet to tell them exactly what that means.
Sure. And then we can help with that. We can explain the pros and cons of why we think that the community would be better served if we stepped aside, just because of response time, equipment, what the city would have to spend to upgrade, repair. If all of a sudden, okay, let's say the city decides, or somebody decides that, okay, we're gonna stick around with these 5, 6 fire personnel. And, we have an incident, Twin Lakes does, and somebody dies. I've been in that spot, and you really, really don't wanna be in that spot.
No.
Cause all of a sudden, you got a whole bunch of lawyers looking at you, and it's really, really bad. And that's my concern, is that we do something wrong and somebody dies because we did something wrong. I just, that's my main concern. I don't want that to happen to anybody.
I had a person from Twin Lakes call me and ask about the cost of, our insurance, what's our insurance gonna do? And I couldn't give him an answer. I said, sorry, I can't give you an answer. Some insurances might go up, some insurances won't. I said, if we keep a fire department, we're gonna have to raise taxes to offset the cost, because it's gonna be astronomical. Like you said, the pumper needs to be tested, we need hoses, we need new uniforms, if we get new people that are different sizes, or whatever, and these uniforms that these guys have, are they still to code? Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good for that.
Good
For about 7 years.
The truck is the main problem.
The truck is, and that,
But,
it's very touchy. You'd actually have to, Pierce, you could send the truck back, Pierce could come and recertify it, so it's not an old truck.
So it's
Because
an
it's
old truck.
37 years old.
And that is supposedly supposed to be back up, if even that.
If we choose to go with Albert Lee or whoever, it doesn't matter, we keep on talking Albert Lee, doesn't matter if it's Glenville, Emmons, or Albert Lee, it's gonna cost us the same. It doesn't matter, there's no bidding war or whatever, it goes by real rating and stuff. And actually, we would save money and not have to raise taxes. So then it's like, okay, so we won't be raising your taxes, so then you'll have the extra money for whatever.
No, wait, well, time out, there is no such thing as extra money.
No,
Extra beer.
I know.
Doesn't exist.
No, not
No
extra.
extra money.
No, there's no extra money, but what I'm getting at is that we wouldn't have to raise taxes,
An extra beer.
pay for the fire department,
I'm just saying.
you know. and-
This tax savings should
The
more than
property
offset
tax.
the insurance.
Right, that's,
Right.
and everything, and your insurance is gonna go up no matter what. You know, it's like,
Alright, yeah.
That's a
but
tax
We just
guarantee.
got a bill and our insurance went up and Shauna calls, she goes, why? Cause everything's more expensive now.
Yes. And response time, that's huge.
Market values went up, I think, like 28%,
Oh.
so your
Yeah.
homeowner's policy likewise
Whoa,
went up
whoa,
also.
Is there any way that the fire department could do some fundraising to offset some of the cost?
No,
I don't,
Amen.
I don't know,
We don't have.
not to cover that,
Without
not to
the whole,
cover
Cover that.
$500,000, no.
without the whole team on board, I don't think that fundraising would work. It's viable, grants are viable, but without a,
No, we can go back
A
to
team
the,
that's
put
a
our
real
clown
team.
noses on and our big
Yeah.
shoes.
What'd you say about interrupting?
One thing with, when you start talking grants, I've tried 4 different places. We don't have enough business. We don't have enough.
well, they go by how many calls you
Right.
want.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
exposure.
We get
We
some
don't have-
medicals, that don't matter. They're mainly worried about
Fire.
the fire, because we are Twin Lakes Fire Department.
what is Emmons clear on their pancake breakfast, $5 or $6 grand?
Off of the, serving the food, it's donations.
Right, so what do they, I mean. takes a
It's
long
the
time to do
donation.
that to pay for a truck. Or even to get it recertified.
And what's the population of Emmons?
And secondly of
Exactly.
all,
Their
And their territory.
And they got the
is way
territory.
bigger than ours.
They go down to Iowa.
Yeah,
You want complex situation across the state line, wow.
Yeah, they cross over in Iowa.
so $5 or $6 grand, that pays for one turnout year,
right,
or one air pack.
yeah, well, half an air pack.
Yeah.
Air pack's right around $8,000 to $10,000.
And it's not like we haven't tried to get younger members. We've asked Brandon Brackey, who lives about 50 yards outside the territory, Seth Stadheim, Royce Hagan.
Ryerson,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
we've
just-
been, nobody's got any interest.
No.
Well, not nobody, we got 2 guys.
No, we got
Yep,
two.
absolutely, yep.
But,
Well, with that, we've all gone around the loop. I don't know if we wanna do a show of hands or sign a piece of paper. Who would like to, stay on with the fire department? By disbanding, it would basically be just like calling in to, right away, it would be just like calling in as out of service. We've done that previously several times when the pumper was down or didn't want to start, or, we've had issues with this or that or what, or a parade. We've called in, we're out of service. That's basically what it comes down to. It wouldn't have to be instantaneous, but that could be done to where we just say we're out of service.
Could you get emergency coverage from the city of Oakley until things, all the i's and t's are dotted?
Yeah, that's what happens when we say we're out of service. It just goes to dispatch, and then they call
Oh,
either Glenville, Emmons, Albert Lee, and somebody is gonna show up. It's, Emmons is not gonna go, or Twin Lakes is not gonna go up in flames. That will not happen. But like I said, the main thing, my main concern is that, we decide to try to eke it out with what we got, and somebody dies. That's my main concern. The money, retirement, whatever. But that's my main concern is to keep people alive. Do what we can, the best we can to keep people alive. Yeah, 'cause that happens, we've seen it. We've been on scenes where people have died. And I don't wanna think that, like I said, we just don't wanna give up, and none of us wanna give up. But we just wanna hang on to this, and we're gonna fight no matter what. And we're down to nothing, and we get a call, and the person that makes the call is dependent on us to show up, and we just barely show up, when somebody else would have been there, and somebody dies.
It doesn't even have to take somebody dying.
No.
If we're spraying water on something, a hose breaks, and somebody breaks an ankle, cause that hose is flopping
Right.
around, that's a work comp claim against the city.
Yeah. No, it's, anything can happen.
Do any of you have any knowledge about a fire department in one city having a satellite backup truck in another city?
I know one that has thought about it, it's Emmons. They have thought about it. They have thought about, and if something happens with Twin Lakes, something happens with Twin Lakes, they're very interested in gear, which there's some stuff out there that they'll make a donation to the city, because of the fact is that way it releases your liability. They've talked about it, of having a satellite out there. But they have not, there's been a couple of them that have talked about it.
I don't know any of the details about it.
Sure.
It was when I was talking to the risk insurance people about property owners and that kind of stuff, to where it came up, and in my mind, how I can only speak for myself, how I thought about it is that the city would be completely disbanded and relieved of it, but then we have equipment and fire trucks, and if we leased this spot and it was a backup truck.
Sure.
how
Correct.
that-
Yeah,
You know.
I said something to Laskowski about that.
I don't know all the details, but that to me was trying to solve, having a truck here for property owners. If
Sure.
people are here, even
Yep.
though they belong to another fire department, if they're able to respond. I don't know any of the
We'll have
logistics
people
of it.
from Emmons
That would probably
that
be
are
a
close to
liability
Twin Lakes
there.
and using buildings.
Could be, yeah.
You're probably better off just having the one
Well,
department.
Or it could be just
If
sitting
it
there
would
waiting
be-
for
If
him.
it wasn't ours and they just leased, they had all the responsibility and just leased this spot.
Yeah, lease space to them.
That's
Yep.
their equipment.
Like you said, if some of us tried to help, that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we'd be on,
We wouldn't
there,
be paged.
we wouldn't be involved with Twin Lakes, we would just be on
We'd
our
have to
own.
be,
Well, I mean,
the
that's what you
responders
said.
would have to be on their roster.
Right,
They'd have to be on
their
With that being said, the thought process is you may have, whomever would lease this spot or have a piece of equipment here, there might be, they may come, grab the piece of equipment, make an assessment, so they can call the controlling department what we need, what's
Sure.
going on.
Yep.
It's because it only takes 1 to 2 people to make an assessment,
Yep.
or two people, or 3 people to start spraying water on the outside. But it's them, they would be responsible for the repair and maintenance of that piece of equipment, because the liability would fall on their department.
Sure. And there's options like Faribault, they've got, college kids in town, and they hire these college kids to sit at the station. And they are certified and trained how to drive that truck, and they're told where to go. The firemen take their equipment home with them, throw it in the trunk or the back of the pickup. So the truck goes to the scene, the firemen go to the scene, they cut the corner that way. So, there's options, but that's the way they do it, from what I understand. The firemen don't go to the station, they go to the scene, and the truck arrives at the scene with a driver, not a firefighter. So, there's options out there.
Freeborn County's blessed with, what's it, 14 or 15 volunteer fire departments? I think Steele County, I don't think Steele County has any additional
No,
volunteer.
I think that's it.
Owatonna covers the entire county.
Yeah. So
Faribault,
we're,
the town of Faribault.
I think it's the same thing. They cover,
Albert Lee is one of the smallest cities in the state that has a full-time fire department. We can consider ourselves so lucky that we have additional volunteer departments around that are willing to, well,
they help us.
we're only 5 miles that way, 7 miles that way, not 15 or 20.
Yeah, cause it's, most of these counties just have one. Most of them. Or some, you get up north, it might have none. It might be split between 3 counties, one department. So, yeah, we're pretty odd that way as far as having so many fire departments in one county.
I did find some minute meetings from 2020 where Twin Lakes and Emmons discussed joining, but that's all it said. It had
Oh.
just one sentence.
Sure, yeah, that might have been.
And I think that would be very messy for administration.
Yeah, it'd be tough, that'd be
It is.
tough. Money,
Well, they were talking, I think we had to, as the council had to agree to, they were gonna do like a tripod or,
Yeah, so 3 people.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they
it's
talk
like
about
Concord,
that, yeah.
Evans and Twin Lakes, and if one gets called, they all get
Yeah,
called.
everybody,
So-
yeah.
But that's kind of.
they can't seem to, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but it seems like it's the software guys can't figure it out, or, I can do it with a piece of paper, but.
They're working on it, but it's a lot of money involved.
Yeah,
But
shouldn't
if you
be
talk
that
to Matt or Wes Webb, they are working on it, and it is still in the process. It's just a lot of towers that they have to get permission to use,
Yeah.
type thing. So they ping off of
We signed
towers.
that, like, year and a
Yeah, that we'd
half
approve
ago.
it,
Yeah.
but it,
Yep,
I don't know,
it's still in the works. It's a lot of money.
uphill, and it shouldn't be, it should,
It should just.
you could do it with a piece of
Paper,
paper. Put it up
they
on the
had
wall.
a piece of paper that showed all the overlapping calls. So
That's all it takes,
emails
but
would be as the dispatch.
somebody wants a bunch of money to make it work for some reason.
They gotta do a study on it.
Yes,
A lot of money.
100%.
To
Well,
do,
and we
to
talked-
do nothing,
They
basically.
talked about that 4 years ago at least, when
Yeah.
we had a county fire meeting
there, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask, how many fire calls you guys have a year?
400. In the city of Twin Lakes or total?
No, in the city of Twin Lakes.
Probably one.
Well, since
No,
I've
not
been-
even.
Well,
I'd
we
say
had
one every
Since I've
3
been on,
years.
the trailer park, last year,
A fire?
Pickup fire last.
There was a gas
last
leak,
year.
they had a
That's
fire,
not
but they
in
put it up there.
No, you're right. In our territory,
that trailer park that we went to last year,
Janelle
right
and I
after
put out,
that
before
fire.
we were on the pickup fire.
But that wasn't a year.
that's not in our territory. That was not our territory.
We went to the trailer
I don't know
park.
why we got paged for it, but we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, we got
So we
paid.
went,
Well,
and
yeah,
then
we
Brian
got-
and I had done a mutual aid for water to another place.
But in the
And then before that was Jason's?
I would say one would be.
Fire call, not.
Fire, no, not that, no, a fire right over here.
the lawnmower.
What, the lawnmower, had the lawnmower, and then, fire, fireplace downstairs.
And Jason Addict's part.
Jason Addicts, yeah.
Got his.
So that's the last big one we really had. And then.
That was it.
Before that was,
The trailer park, cause the only two since I've been on.
And then the car.
So I'd say, yeah,
The car.
one every 2 years.
So three.
That was mutual aid.
That would be kinda average. Maybe, that might even be stretching it. The
One a year was
14 and a
stretching.
half months.
1 a year, yeah.
No, it's not one a year.
Yeah, I'd say
Not-
one every
not
2
in
years.
Twin Lakes.
No,
in the
it's not
city
in Twin
limits.
Lakes, no.
In our territory, one every 2 years, so,
So you can't,
I mean,
no, it's hard to justify having the department for that kind of activity.
That's why we don't get grants. It's on frequency.
Right.
Steve,
Yep,
I make a motion.
Okay.
We vote.
yep, go ahead, Bruce.
I make a motion to vote. Who is against, shutting down the fire department? Show of hands.
Is that, are you making that call or
Again.
is he making the
No,
call?
he's
Sorry.
making a motion.
Oh, okay. So
So-
I'm against it.
Okay,
I'll second this.
Okay, so, all in favor of disbanding the Twin Lakes Fire Department? I make a motion to do that, anybody second? Second. Show your hands.
It's actually all in favor of saying
okay. One opposed.
And there must be some people not here.
They're all here.
Matt.
Matt Olson
Would
is
be
not
the only
here.
one that's not here.
So it's 11-2.
Yeah,
But I found out Matt, when he lived up right by Doug and Pat, he moved down by Silver Lake, Iowa. When he's moved out of the state, he literally should not be able to vote.
He could be a fireman, but he can't do voting, is that what you're saying?
He should not even be a fireman,
yeah, yeah.
but he's grandfathered in.
Yeah,
Because he lived here.
Probably go to Emmons anyway.
Well, he's.
he could, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but he's out of,
He's gonna go to
he's
Silver Lake.
He's just barely in the Emmons territory.
So he would be the only absent member. Matt Olson.
So there'd be 13 on the roster.
Yep.
Isn't 13 a viable?
13 is the roster.
No, I know.
But is
The
it-
viable number for a department is in question.
I mean, I'm not talking about you guys, but to have a fire department to get grants
I
and.
think you have to have
funding-
9. That's what Chuck Carl told me today.
9.
Okay, yeah, and Chuck, you know. Yep.
Well, that's,
So I guess we're basically forcing your hand, Kathy.
Yeah, I had asked Steve to stay on for 6 months while we learned some stuff and had a revote, and I was trying to be real positive, and then, we had not seen that Facebook page.
At that time.
No.
Yeah, that post yet, and, yeah, that just really took morale way down.
Yep, yep, it certainly didn't help. So, I guess I would like to.
I didn't want this to happen on my watch.
Yeah, yeah, mine,
But I don't want anything bad to happen, you know.
mine either, no, it's,
Okay, I got a question. Did we vote last month then? Is it in the minutes? Did
Yeah,
we-
it's in
Yeah,
your
we did
minutes.
vote.
yep,
but then,
So I'll make a motion that we postpone the January meeting until further ado, depending on the city council deciding what we're gonna do.
I think in the newsletter, we're gonna kinda tell, I don't know how the best words yet, to let our citizens know what's been happening. And I feel like we should have a public meeting of some kind, and have the pros and cons, you know, have it presented in a decent way.
sure.
And
Oh.
it'd be nice to have some representatives from, insurance, homeowner insurance people there that can tell the citizens,
Sure.
you know, how they'd be affected. I don't know when we'd do that. I was hoping not till May, but.
No,
Yeah.
I feel this
I
thing
don't know.
should be done end of January.
I don't know how we can do that, Kathy, and get
Oh, right,
everybody,
for end of January, but that's.
Well,
too
I
close
mean,
to
but-
the
Well, that's, I thought
January
was in the minutes of January 31st.
Yep.
But, you know,
Maybe-
basically, you know, what we're doing is we're calling in, we can't respond. It's just like calling in on the radio, just saying,
Usually.
our pumper is down. It's the exact same thing. And then the city has just gotta figure out, okay, which of the three do we want to choose to service?
Well,
Permanently.
Emmons is the closest. What I've heard, or I'm taking in, that Emmons is the closest. We don't know yet if any of our people would join Emmons.
Yep.
We don't know if we could do the backup truck and be a satellite here. That's what we don't know about Emmons or Elbert Lee, but Elbert Lee, we feel, has full-time firefighters.
Right,
has-
yeah, you gotta do all the pros and
Has
cons.
supposedly better equipment,
Yep,
um,
and then,
but is also maybe the busiest.
and then you should look at the territory that is around you. That is Glenville. I mean, the Glenville territory,
Emmons south.
yeah, just,
and we're kinda like divided, aren't we?
but the farm,
Yeah, I'm Glenville.
Yeah.
no, he's Glenville, our farm is
Yeah.
Glenville.
How far
But
away is
you're
it?
actually.
What do you,
Twin Lakes
Bruce?
is surrounded by Emmons territory.
He's in.
Is that driven off, that's not driven off of an address, is it?
As
It
far as
was-
I know, it's a
What do you,
township,
Bruce?
Whoever they decide to go with.
I'm Emmons.
Evans, so it notches from Gaylord's
No,
around,
younger, I'm Emmons and I ain't got a Glenville address.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're,
Twin Lakes is surrounded by.
Oh, that's crazy.
you're Emmons, when we had the fire,
yeah, that's right, yep, that's Evans.
Glendale was just getting done on the
Yeah,
interstate,
that's
and
right.
so they came over.
Yeah, that was it.
Wherever John lives out there, he said he was Glenville. And he
Yeah,
said
yeah,
the
we're
line was
Glenville,
like
where we
right
live.
across the road.
Yeah, so it's kind of a splitting point right here. So, but that's something to consider too. Who are your neighbors?
They shut up, yeah.
Okay.
Glenville address, but in Emmons district.
And then maybe they don't want it.
Right.
Maybe they're busy enough. They go, no, we're fine.
And the homeowners insurance, they talked about ISO ratings. And then they also talk about miles from your.
Yep.
From the station. And I don't know how the two are mixed together to determine it.
They will look at also, if you don't have two pumpers in the house, that is
That's part of the ISO.
that's part of the,
The next one for Twin Lakes would have been in 2024. I understand it's every 5 years and the
Yep.
next one.
and I don't know,
Right.
you'd actually have to have that truck gone through big time. And then
Even
you
for
still
back.
got one pumper. See, the map
Right.
was the old tanker was a pumper too. It had a pump on it.
Yeah, that's how we got by with that.
Yeah,
Some of these other stations that we're thinking about, they all have two?
yes.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know if, we can help you out with trying to find, fire prevention personnel in the state to give,
Who
to
did you
give
say
you
you would
answers.
talk to? Jerry?
Yeah, yep,
Bloom something?
yeah, Bloomquist,
Something like that.
yeah, yep, so, we can help you with that, or, you know, direct you in the right direction, or, you know, whatever we can do to help you through this. Like I said at the past meeting, I hate to be a quitter, but, the town used to have a lumberyard, used to have a church, used to have a school, used to have, a restaurant, used to have a gas station, and it's just the way it is,
Sucks.
I hate giving up, but it's just the way it is.
Cause I keep going back to the homeowners, cause I think of our citizens.
Correct, no,
That We've got
exactly.
fire hydrants, from what I understand,
Yep,
we
oh, yeah.
have like
100%
six
covered.
inches, which is better too, somebody told me.
Yep,
So,
100%
you know, so
covered.
We've got those things here.
Yep. That's why Twin Lakes really does not need a tanker.
No.
All that's gonna do is get mutual aid.
Yeah, that's the only
We are
reason we had a
close enough
tanker,
to
just to
hydrant
help our
at every
neighbors.
spot.
So yeah, that's, like I said, if you've got any questions, we'll be glad to help any way we can.
I have all kinds, I don't know where to begin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's no, it's a sad day. It's just, Twin Lakes Fire Department's been here for a long time, and we know all the past members and present members, and like I said in the meeting, I hate to be a quitter, but when it hits you in the face, you gotta,
I think.
basically gotta realize it.
It's a business.
Yeah, it is, yeah, it
It
is.
absolutely is.
And,
Yep.
the city's running a business.
Yep.
We gotta do what's best too for everybody, and, you know, just like when the church closed, they took that to heart, I mean.
Oh,
that was-
it's
that
tough.
was nothing.
The street was full, the street was full, and
Yeah, it's tough.
and it got gobbled up by the big.
Yeah, it's
And when the
tough.
bank closed, I mean, it's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah.
Twin Lakes can't afford a fire department.
And this liability, like I said, if somebody gets hurt, that's the worst. You know, if somebody gets hurt or gets killed, it's just like, you just don't wanna be there.
So what are we doing? Are we?
Any other discussion?
Well, you had asked
I
about
made a
postponing the
motion
January meeting.
To
Yep.
postpone the January meeting.
Yep.
Until further due, are we gonna disband January 31st or what?
I make a motion 31st,
Okay.
but we will stay here to help the city, but we are not making, we are gonna be calling mutual aid.
You're gonna be calling out of service.
We're out of service.
As of the 31st of January?
Yep.
Anybody second?
Do we have a second?
I'll second
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And carried.
On that note, then I'll make a motion that we postpone the January meeting.
And Fire Relief Association.
Well, it's all the same.
It's all
No.
set.
The annual meeting.
The annual
It's the
meeting.
annual meeting.
Which
Yeah.
postpones the annual meeting, yes. We won't be
Until
having an annual
until
meeting.
the city decides what they're gonna do.
Right.
That way we don't
Yeah,
have-
until we follow your guidance.
As far as not having one, I believe you're still gonna want one, because you're gonna wanna talk about what disbandment, what means to, payouts and that kinda stuff.
No, we will have our, that'll be,
That's relief.
that's a
relief
further date. We'll,
Oh,
That's Relief Association.
well,
not
it's all
annual meeting.
together.
Yeah.
The annual meeting is the election of officers and the Relief Association. So we're giving you till 31st of January, so we're just gonna postpone that meeting. And you decide what you're gonna do. If you want us to stay on, then we'll have a meeting at a later date.
Yeah, but our choice is no.
So a strange question is, if the city council decides that they want us to stay on and they want us to continue being firefighters, is anybody besides me going to stay here and the two interested parties going to stay here and continue to be firefighters? Is there anybody in this room that wants to continue if the city council wants us to?
I feel like I live too far away.
Yep.
I'm 15 minutes if I'm speeding. So I feel like I'm too far. So I'm further away than the Albany Fire Department, so
You just moved to the north end of town,
Yep.
kinda, didn't you?
Yep. I was
So,
2 miles south of town, but I feel like now I'm too far away.
Any Anybody, just raise your hand, anybody who would stay on?
I'm with till the 31st. I think
Janelle's
things
asking-
can happen.
Janelle's asking, is anybody who would stay on?
Yep.
That's all
Yeah.
she's asking.
Is there a show of hands of anybody that would like to stay on? If
I would
the-
like to, but like, I live
You're on the
too
north
far
side
away
of town,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
probably closer to Manchester or something.
yep. So, no.
Sorry.
Okay, is anybody gonna second my motion?
I'll second it.
Again, I'll say thank you to all of you guys for all your volunteering and all the years you've put in and
Yeah, well, thank
all the good times you've had.
Oh, yeah, yep. All in favor? All in favor? Say aye. Aye. Opposed? There we go. So we'll wait for your guidance.
Okay.
Yep, thanks Kathy.
You're welcome.
Will you be at our meeting in January, or your assistant, or in case we, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at the council meeting.
Yeah, but y'all come.
Yeah, I will be there.
But, you know,
It's gonna be on Tuesday, 'cause Monday we'll observe
the holiday.
the holiday, so it's gonna
Okay.
be on Tuesday, which I think is the 3rd.
Yeah. I don't know if we got a calendar.
I think,
I think it's the
if not,
Second Sunday.
It's the 3rd.
January 3rd is a Tuesday.
okay. Somebody from the fire department will be there.
Okay.
It might be a route to see what the name.
It's a very rewarding.
You gotta go.
It is rewarding, and I think we have.
It's the Andy Shawshank Redemption. Remember the show? Oh, you don't know the show? Okay. Anyway, next one. Well, if there's anything else, thanks for everybody for coming.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
There we go. Second?
Second.
There we go. Done. Yeah, this is tough. Kathy, I can give this to you. This would get a little bit complicated, but it's this. For training, so, but if we don't exist, I suppose we're not gonna exist.
There'll be all kinds of paperwork.
Right, all that stuff, yep, and then as that goes through, just give me a.
You guys told me what would be a-
Like I said, I can.
And the fire department training after that would be.
Yeah, but then stretched it out to
Donated or-
23, yeah.
I got $20 going down.
No.
I got $20 going down.
Yeah.
No home.
But any training that has.
Right, exactly.
Time we get you home at 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right, yeah. And it's far away.
Right.
Hopefully you guys will help them come and sort through the stuff.
There's some of the stuff.
Usually around.
You head down, I got money.
Oh, yes.
Yep. First done.
Yes.
That stuff, the city, did you have to put out any money? You'll get reimbursed.
No, I didn't.
And as far as retirement, we're all going to get
No.
retirement.
If I can get my blood pressure cuff and SpO2 thing, just whenever.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
I paid for that, not the city.
Yeah.
So.
It's still
And
something
everybody
fun.
is going to get their retirement because that's a separate entity. So we're all gonna try and figure out how, if we've got 3 years or whatever, that plus 7, $2,100 for the kids.
Oh, are you talking to me? I'm sorry. I wasn't listening.
The vested portion of the Relief Association, we looked at the statutes
I
and stuff.
don't care about the retirement.
No. Everybody
That's not what I was
gets.
worried about.
Everybody gets. And we've
That's
had
fine.
some, like Heath was on, then off, then on. Ryan on, off, and on. Everybody gets. And if we need to have 125% of the liability.
Yep. No,
and
that's
then,
fine.
then it'll get dispersed.
I'm not worried about the retirement. I
But
don't
we
care
need
about money.
we need to do that in all fairness to everybody. So
It's fine. I didn't care about money. That's not the big deal.
None of us did.
I don't care about that.
We looked into the Relief Association and how we're going to handle that. Everyone's entitled.
Okay. Or cold. I'll have to show you the list in here. I called everybody right after November's meeting. I called everybody and I said, what do you want to stay on? And you should see how many yeses I have. And now tonight, Corey's the only one that said yeah.
Like, if the city council,
Yep.
said, no, you have to stay.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
Is.
Yep. Exactly. And that's where Corey was the only one that spoke up and said yeah.